if you feel confident with, your ability to join, I really want you on Zoom, because on Zoom, you're really going to get a better interaction. You're going to get an opportunity to really practice and raise your hand and talk about what you're experiencing on the phone when you're talking to people. So, for now, we're here. We'll do it on Instagram. Eventually, though, I want you over on Zoom. What's up, Sean? How you doing today, man?
Good, David. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Just getting
Good.
everything started here. Let me ask you, man, how's your week been going?
It's been going pretty good.
Yeah.
I know you always ask, what's good? Tell me something good. Last week I didn't speak up, but I went under contract and I'm representing both sides. So I,
Yeah.
yeah, and the guy now I'm representing is a big time investor, and we're moving forward some other opportunities there. So it's
Sean,
been a
that's
good week.
exciting, man. That's exciting.
Yeah, I'm getting
Yeah.
offers on other deals. So yeah, I'm busy. Just busy,
Yeah.
busy, man.
I love it. So here's my question for you, my follow-up question, because I
Yeah.
think this is huge. How do you celebrate a win like that? Under contract, double-sided, how do you celebrate that? Not the closing, but the fact that it's under contract.
You know, I know you ask that a lot. I don't really celebrate till I get to the closing table.
And
I
why is
mean,
that?
because nothing's for sure, man. I don't. I just. I'm just a realistic person. I've seen get to the table, some stuff fall, and but I mean, I'm happy. I'm digging through it,
Yeah.
but I just celebrate once I have it. That's the sweet.
Hey,
That's what I
listen,
do.
I respect that. Can I just tell you how I feel about it?
Yeah, it's true. You may
Man, what
absolutely.
we do is tough every day, getting on the phone, making calls, having conversations, meeting with people. And I'm not saying celebrate the closing in advance. I'm saying celebrate
Sure.
the fact that you put that deal together. That's a win.
Oh,
And it should be
absolutely.
celebrated,
Yeah.
man. It's a big win. And I'm not saying go to Ruth Chris and spend $200 on the
No.
steak dinner, but
No.
maybe your celebration, like me, I like scotch, right? So I have
Oh
like
yeah.
a bottle of scotch that's pretty pricey. And when I have a win, I just pour me one
Yeah.
finger and I
Yeah.
say, cheers to me, congratulations, and I sip and I enjoy it. Maybe it's just getting up and doing a happy dance. I still feel like
Yeah.
however you celebrate, you should celebrate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. My it just gives me a little peace of mind. I like having peace in my life, so
Yeah. Yeah.
I really do.
Listen, I'm
Because we
all
have
about
enough.
peace.
Yeah, because we have enough going on already. So
Yeah,
I
we
enjoy
do.
my peace. Yeah.
Listen,
But yeah.
you're gonna see me get my piece tomorrow, man. I'm leaving after my I got an interview I'm doing for a magazine, but after that I'm driving up to the Catskills, upstate New York. I rented this beautiful A-frame cabin, and I'm just gonna sit out there by the fire, enjoying myself, having some peace and quiet, hitting some of the local breweries, and just cigars and just relaxing, man. I love my peace as well.
Yeah. Me too. I'll take my finger at Buffalo Trace though.
Oh, I love that, man.
Yeah.
Buffalo Trace is a good one. I'm
Yes, it
more
is.
into the Lefroy's and Lagavulins. I like
Okay.
that peaty
Yeah.
Scotch, man.
There
So
you
yeah,
go.
that's in a good rye whiskey. All right, guys, how
Just
y'all
to
doing today? What's up, John? What's up, Anita? What's up, Violet? How you guys doing? Where's everybody today? I don't care. We're gonna go ahead and get started without them. They'll get here when they get here, because for me, it's important that I'm respectful of y'all's time. So I just want to start off really quickly. I want to hear about some wins. Tell me some wins
Well,
this week.
it's not a win. I had to let go of a client because it was just like a merry-go-round.
Why is that not a win? You fired a client, and what a good feeling when you're like, this ain't working.
Yeah, it was a buyer, and we've tried and tried. It's going to a year, and I was like, I had to say bye-bye. I'm sorry, I can't help you no more, and get everything together.
Anita, you know what we say around here? We say we lead generate so we don't have to tolerate. So
Yeah.
when you get those clients that are not in line with you, they're not meeting your standards, they're not seeing your value, you just say, you know what? I'd rather turn you down than let you down. This is not working out. And
Yeah.
if you're lead generating, you got other opportunities that are coming up, and it's a lot easier to let go of those people when you are doing your job every day and making a call. So good for you. I think that's a huge win.
Thanks. Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. Elwood, I would say a win for you, and also for Anita too, and Mrs. Gordon, who's back. You guys are posting, doing the post, and you know, I want to make sure I'm saying it correctly. Zalika, did I say it right?
It's Zuleika.
Zuleika.
Yeah.
Zuleika. Okay, so you did a video and it took a few takes.
A
Here's what I'll
lot.
tell you. Look, in the beginning, for me to take a video, it used to take like 100 takes too. And then I started realizing like it doesn't matter. Like it's just about what you're saying. If the content is good, if what you're saying is good, it's okay. I used to redo videos over and over again. And now, like I did a video it's probably about 8 months ago where I'm talking, this big bug lands on me and I'm like brushing the bug off. And I just kept talking. I was like, you know what? It doesn't even matter, right? What I'm saying is good. So keep posting. The more you post, the easier it gets. And before you know it, you'll be like one take and you're done. So I applaud you for being coachable. Thank you for doing the video and appreciate you being coachable. All right. Hey, what's up, Kelly? Anybody else got any wins real quick before we get into it?
I actually have one, David.
Give it to
So I went to a meeting, our monthly meeting today.
Mhm.
And of course, the topic at the end had to do with the upcoming bold training. And so they had a little contest, and I won a full bold payment. So I'll be
Did
going
you
to
really?
bold.
Man.
Full bold, they called it.
Have
I won
you
that
gone
today.
through bowl before?
Actually, let me rephrase. What happened was one of the other agents got it pop balloon, you open it and you see what's there. One of the other agents got that full bold message. She's one of the top producers in the office. She says, I've been to bowl before. I want to give this away. Who wants it? And I shot my hand up really fast. And so she gave me that one. And then I was going anyway. So I went up and I popped a balloon and I got what they call a half bowl, which was half the, and so I gave that to somebody else.
Man,
So it was a great day.
pay it forward, man. What a good day. Have you taken bowl before?
I have not.
So I'm sitting here telling you, over my time period, I've taken it 9 times. 9 times. It's good. And what I will say to you is this: go in with an open mind, be coachable. No matter how things sound, you're like, this is corny, I don't want to do it. Do it anyhow. Just play full out. You'll have a great experience, man.
That's what I will do.
All right, good stuff, man. Happy to hear it. What's up, Cynthia? How you guys doing today? All right, so I want to get into it. I want to get into script practice. I do have a question really quickly. What's one script or objection you guys have been avoiding because it makes you feel uncomfortable? You know you need to practice it. You know it's going to come up. You've been avoiding it because it makes you feel really uncomfortable. Anybody got anything? Go ahead, John. What's up?
Well, as a new agent, and I come from a sales background, but in a different with something different in inventory. And I know this industry can be annoying because I get calls myself. That welcoming that initial interaction, how to get them to accept, to listen to more of what you have to say after you introduce yourself. And a lot of people are ready to hang up. That's what I would say. I have an idea in my head, but as far as getting them to be open to listening to me after me saying hello and introducing myself, but as I know a lot of people will probably want to end it. Just what would you recommend as a to help with the introduction? I'm taking a screenshot. I got
this book.
I already ordered it.
So the first thing I would say is like, hey, John, would you be open-minded to hearing how I can blank? That's one of the prompts in that book. Would you be open-minded?
That's good. Yeah.
Because here's the thing. Most people like to believe they would be open-minded. So when you put it out there, they're like, sure, right?
Yeah, like I don't want to, but I'm going to because I'm not going to make me feel like I'm an asshole. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, I got you.
And here's the other thing. We can't sound like a typical salesperson. None of that, hey, how are you today? Like, get into it because you got this short period of time. So you really want to get into it really quickly. And I would maybe start off by saying, hey, John, this is David. Before you hang up, I just wanted to know, would you be open-minded to hearing how I can help you get your property sold? I know it recently expired. Hey, would you be open-minded to speaking to me? I'm a local realtor. I don't have a buyer. However, I know you're looking to get this property sold. Had a few questions for you. Would you be open-minded to speaking with me for a couple minutes?
That's good. I appreciate it.
Be real direct with it. All right.
Appreciate it.
What about that? What about that, John, for you especially? How long you been selling real estate? How long you been in the business? Are you concerned about getting that?
Not in particular, because I've sold high end items before, and I really feel comfortable. Like I really feel comfortable in the market. I mean, if you're asking me, I've been selling all my life. Maybe it may have not have been houses. It may have been high end cars, or it could have been putting deals together for properties that I wasn't directly signed up to do, which I've done as well. So I can.
All right. Well, I love it. One thing I would just coach you on is don't say you're new to real estate.
Mhm.
You've been
Absolutely.
in sales
Thank you.
forever. This is just another form of sales. Stop
Mhm.
thinking you're new to real estate. Don't say it out loud anymore, because when you say it, your sales eavesdrop on your
Mhm.
thoughts. So I've been doing sales forever. This is just another version of what I've already been doing. So that's how you want to think about it. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. Denise Jackson, what's up? I had a question for you.
Hi, David.
Okay. When you're on the phone or when you're in front of somebody, where in the conversation do you feel like you start to lose control when you're doing your prospecting or when you're on the listing appointment? At what point in time do you feel like you start losing control of that conversation?
You know, it always stumps me when they ask me, oh, how many listings have you sold? Not your office, not your team, but you. And I always feel, and I get, oh gosh, like, because they want to know what I sold. So that was a time in the past I remember I was speaking to someone.
So here's my question. Why do you think that question's coming up for you?
To me, one is curiosity. Sometimes it could be the very first question that they ask.
Mhm.
Maybe just, might not be throughout the conversation. They just want to know. I had someone that I called that wasn't expired, but luckily I had a listing that I sold in the area. So oh, okay. But either way, he didn't sound motivated because he didn't sound realistic with the price.
Mhm.
This was a while ago. This is an experience a while ago. But I would say that on the spot, if I could think, that's one of the questions.
How do you handle it now? Denise, how many homes have you sold in my area? And let's say you haven't sold any, and I'm a seller and I'm talking with you, and I hit you with how many homes have you sold in my area? How do you handle that?
David, to be honest with you, I'm going to use that never sold. I haven't sold any. However, here's what I can tell you and what I can guarantee for you. Due to the fact that I don't have any inventory, any work, I have a lot of time on my hands, and that's a good thing for you. You know why?
No, tell me why.
Why? Because I'm able to do not just put it, get a for sale sign and put it in your yard, put it on the MLS and pray that someone will come through and buy your house. I can even walk the streets, do door knocking, do mailers, extra work that a lot of these agents do not do. They usually just get a listing and do a billboard advertisement and use it as an achievement. However, I'm a person that knows how to negotiate, and I'm able to go out there and find the business for you. I mean, wouldn't you want an agent to work as hard for you to get your property sold?
Yes, can I be direct with you?
Sure,
That was a lot.
I know.
So we gotta shorten that up a
Tighten
little
it
bit.
up, right?
Yeah,
That's
we
one
got
of
to
my
tighten that
David.
up.
That's something I got to work on. Yeah.
So here's what I'm going to say to you, and it's a tip to everybody on this call. That's your normal response. That's what you naturally would say. After this call, hop on chat and say, when I get this question, this is what I say. Tell me how to respond and keep it short and punchy and to the point, and allow me to use some prompts from this book, and it'll tell you what to say, and it'll shorten it up really sweet.
Do
Denise,
that.
I used to get that question all the time. Here's what I want you to think about. Say that to me. Just say it to me. Like, David, how many homes have you sold in this area?
David, everything sounds good, but how many listings have you sold? Not your office, but have you sold?
In your city? Actually, none. And it's a great question, Denise. I'm so glad that you brought it up. Every time I go into a new area, it's going to be the first time I sold. The question that you really should be asking me is what I do to get your house in front of the ready, willing, and able buyers. Because it doesn't matter where the house is located. It's how do I go about finding the buyer that's going to make an offer on your home? That's what we should be talking about, shouldn't we?
You're right. Sounds good. Yeah.
What did I do at the end there?
You know what I like? What you did? You did a tie down.
Yes. You got it.
did a tie down, and I like how you kind of not like brush them off, but you kind of like that redirect the conversation.
Listen, it's one thing that's super frustrating to me. Like when I watch presidential debates, I'm like, they didn't answer the question. Like they redirect it. They always do that. And that's where we have to learn how to take the conversation where we want it to be. No matter what they say, we have to take it where we want it to go. And we create the narrative for that conversation.
Yeah, I feel like, dang, I wish I could talk like David, but
You
that's not
can, like,
me.
it's reps. It's
Yeah.
reps. It's like saying it over. Listen, Denise, I role play 5 days a week, twice a day.
Hmm.
You do that enough times, you'll get it. It's just a matter of putting it
Right.
into practice. That's really all it is. I learned just by getting on the phones and making the calls. All right. Y'all
Thank
ready to
you.
get
Yeah.
into it? Y'all ready to get into it? Here we go.
Yeah.
Kelly, thank you so much. I hear what you're saying about what my home is worth. I met with another agent yesterday and they said they could give me a lot more for my home. So I think I'm gonna go with them.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I'm just curious, what did they provide you to support that list price that they provided you?
I mean, I really went over with them what I did to the house, like all the upgrades I did in the kitchen. Like, this is not a basic kitchen. This is a chef's kitchen. We got Thermador, like all the appliances, all the add-ons, all the extras. And they really saw the value I put into this home. And they told me they feel that they can give me more than what most agents were saying.
Okay, so with all those improvements that you made, and you do have a very lovely kitchen, very lovely house, do you believe that you will get dollar for dollar for each improvement that you made to the house?
I mean, based on what they're telling me, I should do pretty well. I mean, this is a $50,000 kitchen rental.
Oh, it is beautiful. It is beautiful. David, let me ask you, if you were purchasing this house and with everything in it, would you pay the price that they suggested for you? Would you pay that price for this house?
Of course I would. I believe it's worth every penny.
Okay. So would you be okay being the highest bidder for this house? Because congratulations. Congratulations, you are the highest bidder.
And yet I'm not trying to buy my own house, right? I'm attempting to sell it.
I got it. But
Yeah.
there are other buyers that are going to come and they're going to look at your house, right? Just like
Mhm.
you're going to look at another house at some point when you sell this house. And will you pay the highest price for the house and pay for every single improvement that they made?
When I'm buying a house, I want to get the best deal possible.
Absolutely. So what would make any other buyer different than you? I'm just curious, you know.
It's a good question. They just felt really confident they could get me more money. And for me, what I sell this home for is really important. This is my nest egg, and I want to make sure that I leave no money on the table. And they really feel confident they can get it sold at the higher number. And they're about 40 grand more than what you're telling me.
Okay, absolutely. I'm just curious, have you checked to see what their sale price to list price ratio is? Basically, have you checked their track record?
No, I don't even know what that is. List price. What was that again?
It's sale price to list price. So it compares how much they actually have sold their properties for based versus what they were listed for. So for instance, for me, my sale price to list price ratio is 10%, meaning that my properties sell for on average 10% over the list price. So in your case, your house is, I believe your house is, let's call it 700,000. That's the price that they quoted to you. That would be an extra 70,000 in your pocket. What could you do with the extra $70,000?
Well, like I said, it's our nest egg. I mean, this is what we plan to live on, so I could do a lot with it.
I get it. I get it. I mean, I'm a homeowner just like you, so I would want the most from my house, but I also wouldn't want to overprice my house because then that starts to eat away at the price, and then you start chasing the market. Is that what you want to do, or do you want to be chased?
Ooh. I guess chased. I guess
Right.
chased.
Absolutely. So by pricing it right, you're going to attract more buyers, and attracting more buyers is going to get you what?
Offers, hopefully a lot of offers, hopefully a high number. I'm hoping.
Okay, so with more offers, what do you think is going to happen?
Probably sell it for more.
Absolutely. So that's how you go about getting the higher price. You don't set the price at the highest, because then at that point you're going to turn off buyers. Is that what you want to do?
No, absolutely not. No, I don't.
Okay. So why don't we sit down and discuss a realistic price for your house in order to get you all those buyers chasing you down to give you multiple offers.
All right. I'm gonna pause real quick. I gotta say this. You guys notice with Kelly, like how she just stays super cool. She doesn't get emotionally invested. She doesn't get riled up. She's just I love how conversational it is. Like, and you're not making me feel dumb for wanting a higher number. You're educating me and really helping me understand the situation. And the humor you inject to me, I think that's great too, because you want people to laugh. Like, congratulations, you're the highest bidder. That will make people laugh. They understand what you're saying. They understand what you're doing, and it's going to help the rapport. It's going to help with that conversation. Let me ask you this though, in regards to the kitchen, is there anything else you could have said about the kitchen? I mean, so here's where I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Kelly,
Come in.
so excellent kitchen. I love the Thermidor too. Did you do this kitchen to sell it, or are you a cook? Like, is this what you love doing?
Yeah. So yeah, right. Doing I love to cook. That's why we went all out with this kitchen and we got top of the line, everything, because this is what we love to do.
I hear that. Now, let's say the buyers that come and are interested in buying your home, they're not big on cooking. That's not a big deal for them. So if that's the case, how much is this kitchen worth to them?
I guess that's a valid question, but we did put a lot of money into this.
I know, and it looks great. Did you enjoy it?
I did. Yeah, we absolutely enjoyed it. Cook a lot in it.
Yeah, and that's the whole point. You did it for you. You enjoyed it. And now we need to price it so the next buyer can come in and purchase a home and enjoy it as well. However, we cannot overprice it, because if we do that, Kelly, do you know what you're going to end up doing?
I'm sure you're going to tell me.
You're going to help the competition sell, because they're going to go look at other properties in the area that have nice kitchens. And if you're 40 grand over what they're priced for, guess what home they're going to buy?
Okay, I can see where you're going with this.
Yeah, so that's what we really need to think about. You know, and my job is to tell you what you need to hear, Kelly, not what you want to hear. And what concerns me, that other person is saying they could get you more money. Kelly, if I can get you more, I would get you more. You would make more money. I'd make more money, right?
Right.
What they're concerned about is
I'm
only
seeing
them.
what you're saying, David, but we still feel as though we should price it higher. That's just the way I feel because of what we've done to this house.
Yeah, I just wish that feelings and hope was a strategy when it comes to selling homes. It's not. And I see it on all the time, Kelly. I understand how you feel. I've had other clients that have felt the exact same way, and they overpriced their home. And do you know what ended up happening?
What?
They had to end up chasing the market. And over time, they sold for a lot less than they could have if they just came out the gate at the right price. Now, you did tell me that what you sell this home for is important to you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So do you want a strategy that's going to get you the most money, or do you want a strategy that's going to start you off high and end up selling the house for a lot less than you expect?
I definitely don't want to do that. I don't want to eat away at my equity. So no, I don't want to do that.
And that's why I'm here. I'm here to shoot you straight and tell you what you need to do in order to get this home sold, not based on what I think, based on what the market is telling us. And the market is telling us a home like yours, even with this nice kitchen, it's only going to sell at this price.
Okay.
What if we had that type of direct conversation with people? It's kind of uncomfortable, isn't it?
That was good.
It's kind of uncomfortable, which is why we got to stop making this mistake, Kelly. And I know you don't do this, Kelly, because I know you're seasoned, but we go into these nice houses with nice kitchens and we're like, oh, this is so nice. Oh, I love, right? We're complimenting the house. And when the sellers hear that, what do they hear from us? More money. My house is worth a lot.
Yeah.
Cha-ching. Yeah, right. That's all they hear.
Yeah.
So I will tell you guys, when you're doing the preview, even if you love the house, thank you for letting me see your home. I like to sit down and talk to you about, you know, the marketing I'm going to do and what your home is worth, not what a beautiful home. Oh, I love the kitchen. No compliments. It's hard to do, especially when it's a nice house, but all it's going to make them hear is my house is worth a lot of money. And that's not what we want to convey when we're going to go on the listing appointment. Great job, Kelly. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. All right.
Thank you.
Let's see who I got here. Zuleika. I said it right, didn't I?
Yeah.
All right. I'm working on getting it right. So listen, Zuleika, we're not interested in signing the buyer rep agreement. We're going to go to open houses. If we find a house that we want, we're just going to work directly with the listing agent. So I appreciate your time.
Well, okay, sorry. I'm on the spot, so give me 2 seconds.
No, just talk through it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just talk through it, and we'll work with you on it. Just what does your gut tell you to say?
Well, what is your hesitation of signing a buyer's agency agreement?
Well, I don't want to be locked to working with you directly, and if we see a great house, I don't want to lose out on it. And I think if I go directly to the listing agent, I have a better opportunity of getting the home.
Are you fully aware of the listing agent's role and responsibility to the seller?
Yeah, to
Are
get
you
their home
familiar?
sold, to sell the house.
Exactly. So that their responsibility is primarily to the seller, and honestly, working with a listing agent could affect the work and the due diligence that they help you with when it's time to represent you on a deal. So if you really understand the true roles and the responsibilities of what a buyer's agent should be doing for you versus what a listing agent is doing for a seller, there is a conflict of interest, and I don't think that's in your best choice.
Well, for me though, it's just all about getting the best price. I want the best deal, and I want to get in on the house. We've made 5 offers. I'm tired of losing out, and I think the best strategy would be going directly through the listing agent.
What if you got the best price, but you also got some undisclosed issues that's going to be super expensive for you that your listing agent could be intentionally covering up because they purposely overlook certain things during your inspection or during your due diligence period. So getting the best price could be very expensive for you if you don't have the right representation.
All right, let me pause you right there. I like what you just said. Have you had an experience where that happened, or have you heard of an experience where that happened with someone?
No, I personally am against
Can you give me
representing both
one quick
sides.
second? I'm sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. Hold on.
Okay.
Nice job, Zuki.
Oh, thank you. I was sitting on the spot, but yeah, I'm trying.
All on the spot when we're at a, call or whatever, so.
Yeah. I've actually never represented a seller and a buyer. Have you done that at the same time?
I haven't. I don't.
I'm
Dual
doing it
agency?
right. I'm doing it right now.
You're
I know that
doing
was
that.
so unprofessional of me. I'm so sorry, but
Oh, it's
I
fine.
have my book signing coming up next weekend, and the books were delivered, and I had to sign for them, so I had to go. Woo!
Nice. I want to come. I think I did the invite, but I wasn't sure if I couldn't remember if I
Redo it, but man,
okay.
I heard my dog barking. I was like, oh snap, is that the books? So I'm sorry, I had to run up there and get it signed. I'm out of breath. I'm out of shape. Jeez, Dave. Woo. Okay. So do you know of a scenario? Have you had that experience?
I personally have not had that experience. I've listened to a lot of calls and masterminds, and I kind of feel like it's something I don't want to do. So I intentionally, at my listings, I do open houses, and if I have an opportunity where it's an unrepresented buyer, I refer it out to an agent. I've never wanted to do that, and in my listings, I share that I don't do that. That's just me. I could change it, but.
No, I completely understand that. However, based on your situation, you were giving me a scenario. What if this happens? What I want everybody on this call to understand is stories sell. And it does not have to be your story. It could be something you heard on the script practice or in the mastermind. Hey, Zuleika, let me tell you, I hear what you're saying. Let me tell you about what happened to an agent in our office. They had a buyer. The buyer didn't want to work with them, went directly to the listing agent, and they thought they were getting a good price on the home, and they closed. The next week, this happened. And all that money they thought they saved, they ended up spending repairing the house because the listing agent was looking out for their seller and wasn't looking out for them. I don't want that to happen to you. who's representing you, because their job and their fiduciary duty is to that seller. Best terms and best price in getting that home sold. Their fiduciary duty is not to you. Like if
Okay.
we could tell a story, and again, it doesn't have to be yours. So one of the reasons you guys should be on these calls, one of the reasons you guys should be in the office, one of the reasons you guys should be having conversations and masterminding is to hear what other agents are going through. It doesn't have to be your story. So just remember that. Start collecting stories, because you'll be able to say, let me tell you what happened.
Okay.
All right. I thought you did good.
Thank you.
It's just a matter of just doing the reps, just having the
Yeah.
conversations, building the reps. All right. Ariane, what's up, Ariane?
Hola, hola.
Hey, so Ariane, listen, hear what you're saying. I'm willing to work with you. I'm not paying the buyer agent's commission.
And what concerns you about what's important to you about not paying a buyer's agent commission?
Well, I saw the new law change and I don't have to pay them anymore. So why would I pay the additional 2 or 2.5%? That's money I can save in my pocket.
Absolutely. I completely appreciate that. However, did you know that the buyer was always paying the commission anyway?
What do you mean?
So the only person coming to the table with money is the buyer. So who's paying the commission? Who do you think's paying the commission?
Well, I thought I was. Explain that to me a little bit more. I'm not sure I'm following.
My brain is going. So by us positioning your property strategically on the market, we're already going to get more than what we're asking, which will cover not only my commission, but the buyer's agent commission, and still putting more money in your pocket.
I don't see how that works, though. If I'm paying out additional 2.5%, how am I going to put more money in my pocket if I'm paying that out? I don't get it.
Yeah. David, have you ever heard of list price to sales price ratio?
No.
Okay, so let's use some round numbers. So if we're listing your house for $300,000, and it sells for $350,000, right? Or more than asking. I know
Let's rewind. Let's
my
rewind.
brain knows what I want to say.
I know it does.
What my mouth wants to say.
Yeah, but Ariane, so think about it this way, though. If you're out looking for a property and you want to go buy a home in Ridgewood, right? And I'm your agent, I'm like, hey, these homes are paying commission. These homes are not paying commission. You're going to have to pay me if you want to buy this home. But these other homes that are comparable are paying a commission. Which one would you really want to go see? Where you have to pay me or where the seller's paying me?
Where the seller's paying me.
Why?
Because then I don't have to pay you.
Do you think most buyers that are out looking for homes right now are probably thinking like you are?
Yes.
Could you see, if we're not willing to offer a commission, how it could keep our home from getting in front of the ready, willing, and able buyers that are out there right now?
Okay. I see where you're going with that.
I mean, my job is to bring as many people as possible into your home to write up an offer so that we can get the best price and best terms possible. The way we do that, and it's completely up to you how you move forward. However, I know for a fact that if we're willing to pay out a buyer agent commission, we're going to get more eyes on the property. If we get more eyes on the property and it's priced correctly, we're going to get more offers. And if we get more offers on the property, what do you think that means for you?
More money in my pocket.
And that's what you want, isn't it?
Yes.
So here's what I'll say, Ariane. You don't have to pay anything until you find an offer that's acceptable. So if we don't get an offer in that makes sense for you financially, you don't have to sell your home. However, I don't want to see you tie your hands by not offering out a commission and allowing those buyers to go somewhere else. So shouldn't we just cooperate with the buyer agent so that we can put you in a better situation to get this home sold quickly and for top dollar?
Yes. Yes. Let's do it.
Now, are you just agreeing with me, or is what I'm saying
No,
making sense?
it makes total sense. Like
Okay.
don't you see the light bulb?
Oh, I do see that. Yeah, I do see that.
It is illuminated.
So, what did I just do there talking with you?
You like flip the script. You made it make sense to me. Like, oh yeah, I could see that. Like you put me in the buyer's shoes.
And I also got you as the seller to say you can see how that strategy would put more money in your pocket. You said that. You're like, I'd make more money. If I say it, you might be like, you said it. So you're now not going to disagree with yourself. You just said I get more money if we did it that way. And I'm like, you're absolutely right.
Makes sense.
More questions? Hey, Bamika.
Hi, David.
Hey, tell me an objection you got this week. I know you make calls. Tell me what you got.
I had a, I, I don't think it was an objection. I just got off the call, which is why I was so late on
Okay.
so
So it's fresh. Let's get after it.
yeah. This listing has been on the market for, it's expired. It's been on the market for over 2 years now. And obviously it started, he called back the seller and he was like, do you have a buyer? And, you know, I said what I had to, and then we got to actual conversation and he said, so it's a big lot with a small property, and you know he's very proud of the property. It's overlooking the lake and a very unique property, so it's kind of like a push product. He wants $1 million for that. He's waited on the market for 2 years, and he's like, listen, I've had these conversations with agents and they've told me, oh, you know, it's not, we have to list it at 6, we have to list it at 7. I got an offer for at least 8. I didn't want to accept that offer. The agent also told me that I'm not going to get that money who listed that, but she did it anyway because she said, okay, if you want, let's see what happens. She did all the drone shots, she did all the marketing and everything. So if you're going to come and tell me that this is, you know, a different strategy, I don't know what different strategy you're going to provide other than really finding a buyer that'll come to the door and qualified and pay money and can see the value in this property. So, and I'm not taking anything if I don't get at least, I mean, it was listed for 950, but at least 925. I had an 800 offer. I did not accept it. My father had this property and he told me that do not give it away. So I was listening and he said, I still have to talk to a few of the other, you know, people, they are submitting the offer. So it was more of like a conversation. And I told him, we'll talk. He told me, give me a call next week, because right now I just want to see what those offers are, whatever I have. I know my property is off the market, so I can't.
Is he living in the property?
No, he's not. It's empty. It's an old, it's a knockoff. Like you'll just.
Is it paid off? Is it owned free and clear?
Yeah.
What are the taxes on it? What's the annual taxes?
13,000.
How much?
13,000.
Okay, so he's already spent about 30 grand just paying taxes. And if you add in utilities on top of that, he might be into it in 2 years, $35,000.
Yeah.
Right? He's saying he won't take 925. However, if he had sold it 2 years ago, he could have sold it for 900 because he's just throwing money away right now. Right?
He is. Somewhere I also felt that he was not, you know, you understand if somebody's motivated, right?
Right.
How do you handle, and you know, it's also when I'm sitting across from someone on a listing appointment, I don't want to give my property away. What does it mean to you when you say you don't want to give your property away?
That's the question you should be asking.
Yeah, so they throw a number. And then sometimes I ask, okay, if you want $1 million, what are the recent upgrades you have done to your property? So he was answering, he was asking questions. It was just like, I was like, okay, let me.
But this is his inheritance, right?
Yeah.
So Bamika, like I so love that your dad has this property and he left it for you, and this is a great inheritance you're going to get from your dad. And when he said to you, don't give it away. Like, that's sage advice. You shouldn't give it away. How do you think he would feel about the fact that over the last 2 years, you've just given away $30,000 just by paying taxes and upkeep on the property? Do you think that's what he had in mind by not giving it away?
No, but that's fine. I mean, I want at least 900, 925. I'm okay with 900 also, but I don't want to go below that with all the fees I have to pay, and I'm not going to end up with anything. So I know it's a beautiful property, and I know somebody who see value will buy this. So I'm okay if it doesn't sell, it's fine, but I'm just not gonna let it go.
Yeah, and I don't think you should let it go either. However, would you agree that the market is the market? Can I explain what I mean by that?
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like your dad was savvy. I'm sure you're pretty savvy as well. You ever bought stock before, Bamika, like in the company? Have you ever bought stock?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you know how the stock market works. IBM, you know the company, right? Let's
Yeah.
say you bought shares of IBM for $100 a share many years ago, right? And you're at this point now where you need to sell that stock, and you have to get rid of it. And you call your broker and you see what it's trading for, and it's currently trading for $75 a share, Bamika. How much can you sell it for?
It's trading for 75.
75, right?
Yeah.
What if you wanted 80? Anybody gonna pay you 80 for it and it's trading at 75?
No,
No. Why is that?
because it's worth 75.
Yeah. And so, Bamika, although this isn't the stock market, the housing market is just like the stock market. The home is only worth what it's currently trading for. So when your dad says don't give it away, I agree. We just have to look at the market and see what it's currently trading for and price it accordingly. And based on what the market's telling us, it's trading at this price. So wouldn't it make sense to put it on for fair market value and get what it's actually worth, and not just let it sit here and pay taxes and utilities month after month after month?
Yeah. And so to that, I mean, sure, I can have this conversation with him, but I'm okay, then I'll tell my previous realtor to reduce the price, and then, she can sell it. If it's only about
And that
the price.
that could be a strategy. However, would you be open-minded to hear what I do for clients like you that actually want more? There's a pricing strategy that we can use to market this home, get a lot of people interested, and get you top dollar. I don't know what that is because the market's going to dictate it. However, there is a pricing strategy we can use to increase the number of showings, the number of offers, and how much people are willing to bid on the home. Would you be open-minded to me coming by and at least showing you what that looks like?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I mean, look, worst case scenario, you don't like what I have to say, just relist with your other agent. No harm, no foul.
Okay.
That's where I would attempt to go. I don't know if that would work because I don't know this person.
Yeah, very, very deep.
Yeah. And
So
sometimes some
I'll,
people you need to do like Anita and just tell them kick rocks, keep moving. Like sometimes it's not
Yeah.
worth your energy and time. However, I think we got to make people like just be reasonable here. This is what the market says it's worth. We're not giving it away. Just like the stock market, it's trading at this number. That's all it's worth. And so sometimes I think with people like that, we really got to sit down and educate them and not be afraid to go over the numbers and beat them over the head with the numbers and talk about what it's actually worth in today's market.
I like the stock example to, it's not property, but it's, it's good comparison.
What I would do, Bamika, after this call, I would call him back. And I'm like, man, I kept thinking about our conversation and I just want to run something past you. Would you give me, 2 minutes and have that conversation with him? What's up, Brittany? I see you out there lifting, getting the gains on. I'm not mad at you. I see you doing your thing.
Yeah. How you doing? I have a seller that I told you about it last week, that I was calling, and he said that I was going to be like the only agent that he was going to talk to. And I explained at that time over the phone that the market's not where he wants it to be at. And I still been communicating with him because he asked for a net sheet based on the price that he wanted to list it at. He wanted to see a net sheet to see the numbers. So I sent it to him and he was upset because I added, I put the 6% for commission, 3 and 3. And he goes, he wanted a 480 estimate. So he said, I have no intentions of paying, I think it was like 47,000 in commission to real estate agents. I want to see yours drop down to 2% and no commission to the buyer's agent. And I just explained to him, commission is always negotiable. I did not mention my commission. I did not negotiate the commission with him. By the way, this is through text.
Okay.
And so basically, when I was on the phone with him before, he was saying they listed it at 550. And this was about 100 days ago, I think it was. And when he listed at 550, the agent told him, okay, they need to drop it at 515. And then like 2 weeks later, she sent him an email that they need to drop it like 430 or something like that. So he's like, whoa. How has the market dropped down 100 and like 100,000, 150,000 in just, 2 to 3 months? So he didn't understand. But my interpretation, she bought the listing and she's
Right.
trying to drop it. And he's very hard-headed. He's like, oh, I know about real estate, like, those type of people. So I did message him back, basically saying that commission is always negotiable. And he said, yeah, I want all of that to be dropped down. Basically he's saying, oh, I don't have a mortgage issue, like I can get a buyer and just go to the courthouse, I don't have to pay title, like all this craziness. I'm like, this guy's in la la land. I don't even know if I want to pursue talking to him. And he's like, well, I would like to meet. I'm not going to sign until I see numbers that it's going to make me happy. Even at the price that he wants to list it at, I don't think it's going to sell. I told him 450 probably listed at, and he wants to walk away with 450.
Right.
And an interpretation that the market dropped over 100,000 since he listed it. I don't think that's true. I think the other agent bought the listing. And also I see like the ones that are a little bit higher, like in the 500 range, but they're not, they don't have the same features and benefits as his property. So I haven't responded to him because I didn't know what to say. I was thinking of just mentioning like, I'm honest, I rather turn you down than let you down. Like the market's not where you're thinking it's at.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like, should I try it? It's just.
Brittany, so a couple of things that I heard you say, and I think our words are really important. You said, I don't think it's worth that number. I think she bought the listing. Do you think or do you know?
I know it.
So first of all, I would start off there. I know that this home is not worth that number that you want. And here's what I also know. Your agent did something that agents do, and I'm not in agreement with it. She did something called buying the listing. Can I explain what that is? Did you educate him on what that is?
No, I have not.
You need to tell him agents do something we call buying the listing. And what that means is they tell you the number that you want to hear so that you list with them. And then all they do is beat you up to lower the price. I don't do that because look at how you feel. You feel like the market's dropped 100,000 in 100 days. It hasn't. It was never worth that. That's fantasy land. You know how we talk about that. That's the fantasy land pricing, right? Reality is where agents list and sell homes. And so that number was never a true number. You were on the market, you were not in the market. So that's the first thing I would do. And the second thing, an appraiser, when I have sellers like this, I'm like, listen, I know you've heard from other agents. One's telling you it's worth this price. I'm telling you 450. Why don't we get someone in here that has no skin in the game? Pay an appraiser to come in here and appraise this home and tell you what it will sell for. That way you'll trust the number because it's nothing in it for me, right? They have no skin in the game. They're going to look at the numbers and tell you what it's worth. And here's what I'll do. Once we close, I'll reimburse you for that appraisal. That $400 or $500 you spent, I'll reimburse you at closing. Would you be open-minded to that? That's what I would do.
Okay.
And
Well, I just know he wants to walk away with 450. I think he can list it at 450. And it's like, I don't even know if it's even worth me even like, trying because he's so hard-headed. That's another Like,
it may not be. What happens if you don't get 450? What does it mean for you if this home does not sell and you cannot get 450? Do you stay here? Talk to me.
he mentioned that like he doesn't have to sell. He just wants to sell because he got a divorce. His daughter used to be there. His daughter grew up. So there's a pool. And he's like, I don't use the pool. I don't use, you know, this big of a house. But he's like, I mean, my mortgage and everything, the numbers are just not too high. So it's not like I have to sell. So in his mind, you know, he got screwed over in other areas. So he's like, I want to make it up in this real estate, but I don't have to sell. He doesn't seem like he has a true motivation from the conversation I had, and he doesn't know where he's moving either.
So guys, we can't motivate people. We can motivate them. So what I might say, Brittany, is, oh, I think it's great you don't have to sell. If you can't get the price and terms that you want, then you can just stay here. I think that's fantastic. However, let me ask you, if we got you a number that you found acceptable, where are you moving to? Well, why there? Why is that important? What would it do for you not to have a house with a pool anymore and have all this space and be living there? Why is that even an option? If you can get him to open up about his motivation, he's got something in mind where he might want to go. If you can find out a little bit more about that and what that would do for him, that's where you can take the conversation.
Okay.
So I would dig into the motivation, like what happens if you do get a number you find acceptable? Where are you going? Why? Why is that important? What would it do for you? How would you feel? Dig into that a little bit more.
Okay.
And if ultimately he's hard-headed, we lead generate so we don't have to tolerate. Wish him good luck and move on to the next person. However, I think there's still some opportunity there. I think you got to do some more digging.
Okay.
No, I don't think. I know you need to do some more digging.
Okay.
So do some more digging and call me back. Let me know how that goes.
Okay. Thank you.
Anita, did you have something for Brittany?
No, I just had a situation that I can't figure out how to either to let it go or pursue it more. It's
Let's
for
go.
sale
Let's
by
hear it.
it's for sale by owner. I went to the open house on Saturday. Elderly couple, he's a real estate agent. We both connected in a level of professional. They like me, I like them. But he was so adamant. He's like, no, I don't need anybody listening. And I was upfront with him. I said, I'm not here. I'm not bringing you any buyer. But as a real estate agent, I like to keep myself updated and just look at houses. And you had an open house and I was in the area. He said, that's fine. He's like, at least you're not like other agents that lie and say they have a buyer and cancel and still come in. You were upfront. So 2 days go by. I reached out and I asked him, how did the open house go? He said he didn't get any of the offers that he wanted, and he appreciated me being honest with him. But in the future, if anything changed, he will call me. That's it. And then I said, okay, but he seems open. They seem open to,
All right.
possibility.
I need some clarity. He's an agent. Why is he not listing the property?
He's no more like he's licensed agent. He knows what to do. That's what I asked him. Why aren't you putting this on the MLS? He didn't want to go into details.
There's something there, because if he's a licensed agent, he knows what to do. It'd be on the MLS. So
that's what I need help with.
We gotta dig a little bit into that. Did you look him up to see if he's an active agent?
I did, but he's not an active agent.
Well, that's it. Okay. So he's an agent, but he's not licensed. He's not active. He can't put it on the market right now. So that's number one. Number two, you said they're older, they're elderly. Why are they selling the home? I have about 5 questions for you. Let me see if you can answer them. Why are they selling?
Sure. They have family that moved to North Carolina, so they're looking to relocate. They have a house already in North Carolina, so they want to sell this house and be able to close on that house. They have a 30-day timeline, and two offers they received was below the asking price. Everything is updated, new roof, floors, brand new. It's overpriced a little bit, and the staging is wrong. That's for one.
Okay, well, let me stop you there real quick. So North Carolina, they have a house that they're buying in North Carolina. It's under contract. They have 30 days in order to get this home under contract so they can move forward on that house.
Yes.
What's important to them about being in North Carolina right now?
It was important. Their family, they have friends that moved over there, so they want to join them and live. They want to just retire and just have a kumbaya, I guess.
You saying your guests? What did they tell you?
They didn't really want to go into detail. They just said they're tired of New Jersey. The wife was more talkative. She's like, I'm just tired of New Jersey. I want to leave New Jersey and go to somewhere warm, nice, comfortable, where I could just, live out my last days and just be done.
So how do you think they're going to feel if they miss out on this house they have under contract and they have to go through another New Jersey winter? How's that going to feel?
They're not gonna like that because she doesn't like the winter.
Okay.
She doesn't like the cold weather.
Right. And
Yeah.
so what do you think it would do for them to be in the warmer weather, be around family, be around friends, and be able to live the type of life they want to live? What's that going to do for them?
Peace of mind. They'll get to live out their retirement, what they've been dreaming of.
Is that what you think, or is that what they told you?
From the conversation we had.
I want you to go have a conversation with them and ask these questions like, why this home?
Mm-hmm.
Is it in the neighborhood where their family is? Is it around their family? What would it look like to be there and spend the holidays with their family and not be up dealing with another cold New Jersey, right?
Yeah.
You want to spend the rest of your time in North Carolina. They want to die there is what they're telling you, right?
Yes.
You can't
So
put a
have
price tag
more.
on time, can you?
There you go. That's the key word I'm looking for. Okay. Get into a conversation of time and
Okay, so I'm doing the
pinpoints.
Yep. And talk
Okay.
to them, like really understand their motivation. Talk to them about it. How are you going to feel if you lose that house? If you lose out on that house because this one hasn't sold, how's that going to make you feel? Especially as we approach another winter. And I think this one's going to be a doozy. How's that going to make you feel? Take your sales hat off. Like, don't even attempt to close. Attempt to understand like what their motivation is.
Okay.
And then you
Now
go in for the close.
Okay. I have to see if they have another open house because he's not adamant about making appointments with any real estate agent.
Yeah. Listen, I'm a real estate consultant. I'm here to just consult you and give you some advice. Whatever you decide, I'm okay with. If you decide to stay for sell by owner and see what happens and see if you get the offer you want, I'm okay with that. You already know I'm a straight shooter. I'm not going to sit here and BS you and tell you something, just to tell you something. I really connected with you guys and I really heard you and I understand why you want to be in North Carolina. And I know that you don't want to deal with another Jersey winter. And I know being around your family and friends is so important. And if that really is important to you, I'm sure you would be open-minded to at least sitting down with me for about 15 minutes and coming up with a strategy that can get this home sold in time for you to buy that next property. It's a conversation. You're not obligated to do any work with me. However, if I can create an opportunity for you to get this home sold and get out there and take advantage of that house you already have under contract, I mean, why wouldn't you meet with me?
Got it.
That's what I would say. Anybody else have anything different? I feel like we just need to talk more about motivation. Wouldn't you guys agree? Don't we need to dig into it and understand a little bit more? It shouldn't be I think, it should be I know because I asked the questions and they told me.
All right. Ask the right questions.
People are running away from pain or they're running towards pleasure. In this case, it's both. The pain of being out here in Jersey, dealing with the weather, the pleasure of being in the warmer climate and being around family and friends. You know what those buttons are. Push those buttons. That's all I'll be talking about. Brittany, go ahead and I'm gonna let you get the final word. Anita, I appreciate you being transparent and talk about what you're going through with these for sale by owners. This is how people on this call are gonna learn because they're gonna make the same calls and have the same situation and they're gonna remember what you're doing and what you are going to do to move that conversation forward. So I appreciate you bringing that scenario up. Brittany, give me the final word.
Yeah, real quick about the same scenario that I was talking about earlier. He did say in the message that he would like to meet in person and basically talk, and he said he won't sign until the numbers are at where he wants to be. Would you, because based on what I'm seeing, obviously it's not where he wants it to be at, but I want to ask all the questions that you mentioned. Would you think it would be a waste of time to meet in person, be face to face, have the comps, everything, and, just instead of calling him? And just maybe call him, just say, hey, you know what, I got your message. Let's meet in person tomorrow. And then there I would ask all the questions. Or do you think it's going to waste my time?
I think belly to belly is always the best way. And I would call and I would say, listen, I just want to be upfront with you. I turn down more listings than I take. If I don't feel like I can help you get what you want to get on this home and it makes sense for you, I'm not going to even take the listing. All I want to do is come out there and paint this picture with you, show exactly what you need to do so that you can make the best decision. Whatever that is, I respect. If you decide not to list it, I'm okay with that. You just need to understand what's happening in the market because the other agent, they didn't tell you the truth.
Yeah.
And I need to just paint the picture of what's happening and what you need to do to get this property sold. And whatever you decide, I'm okay with. There's no pressure from me.
Okay. And then I'll dig into the questions that you told me to ask too.
I would.
Okay.
Matt, it's 6 o'clock. If you can do it in 30 seconds, because I got to call at 6, I'll let you go.
Come up like a boss. Give 3 pricing scenarios. Tell him that you can price it at his price and work it down. Tell him you can price it at the market price and see what happens. And tell him you can market it how you would want to market it, which is 10% below the market value. And let him choose. Then he can lay in bed. Then he can lay in bed whatever his decision is. And you guys had the constructive conversation. He knows the whole picture now.
That's good advice. And the final thing, and I think Matt would agree on this, you have a standard for your commission, what you list property for. You don't go below your standard. The buyer commission stuff is all negotiable. You know what you're worth. Get paid what you're worth or walk away. We lead generate so we don't have to tolerate. All right.
Agree?
Thank you.
I knew you would, man.
I agree. Just don't play games. You know, if it's a $10 million property, don't split hairs over 2% if your market average is about 2.5, right? Like you're
yeah, of course.
It's a very big it's a very big, like if we're talking $250,000 property, you know, go get it.
Yeah, once we get into 6
wiggle,
figures, that changes.
Yeah, once you got room
that
to
changes
wiggle.
dramatically. Yeah, for sure. You get a $10 million listing, Brittany, we're gonna celebrate. So,
Yeah.
all right, I'm off to Real Talk. I'll see you guys later on. Tomorrow morning, Real Talk, we got something to talk about. So I'll see you guys in the morning. Thank you for being here. Appreciate y'all.